On Sunday, March 2nd, about 130 people, mostly Arlington residents, but with members of other neighboring communities as well, converged on the gym at the Arlington Memorial High School to hear from State Representatives Kathleen James and Rob Hunter, as well as local school directors, about the recent state education overhaul plan unveiled by Governor Phil Scott and the Agency of Education that would remake how the state finances and governs the state's public school system. It was also an opportunity for those attending to voice their opinions and reactions to the governor's education proposal, which, if the questions posed to the legislators were any indication, there is a selling job that lies ahead to move this plan forward.
I'm Joanna Letterregards. I'm the school counselor here at AMHS, have been for many years, which is also called guidance counselor, and I'm also a proud AMHS grad. I just want to say that as far as opportunity for our kids, this is not just about how far they would travel and all that. Another way to think about it for our kids is look at these banners here on the wall. These are real people that we all know and care about, and the opportunity that they have here is amazing. All of these kids, maybe not all these kids will play on the team. If we have to go, our kids have to go to MAU or BBA, they're competing against all those other people. Maybe they won't make the team. Maybe if they try out for the play, they won't get a part, okay? It's just, Arlington is a special place, and this is where they have the opportunity to do those things. And I work with helping students plan for what they're gonna do after high school. And the opportunities that they have here to do all these different things help them have a better future. It's not just about now, it's not just about, am I gonna get to play on the team? It's about their whole future. Those activities are on their resume. And if they can't do those things, then they won't have that on their resume. And also, I just want to say that the school is the heart of the town. And the people who attend basketball games or soccer games or plays are not just the parents of the kids that are in the game. The whole community comes together. And if you take the school away, what are we going to have that is going to provide that for us and our community?
The broad strokes of the plan call for a foundation formula under which each school district would receive a basic block grant for each student, with the ability to tax themselves a bit more if they chose to raise more local revenue, rather than the current town-by-town property tax-based system, which sends a collective bill to the legislature, which then must raise the needed tax revenue. The governor's proposal would also call for a reconfiguration of the state's 52 supervisory unions and 119 school districts into 5 large regional districts. What would that mean for a small public K-12 school system like Arlington's? There's much about the plan that is yet to be resolved, and a review of the proposed statute by both houses in the legislature. It is also seeking a relatively quick timeline, with the governor and state education officials hoping to launch the makeover by next fall, with full implementation occurring by the 2027-28 academic school year. The legislators explained what they could, but were mainly there to listen, they said.
Hi everybody, I'm Charlie Cummings. I'm a long-term educator here and lifelong resident. I want everyone here to know whether if you're on the fence about this bill, if you think that a 1 to 25 ratio is going to be good for your students, I can 100% promise you that your child is going to fall through the cracks. If you have a C student, if you have a student with special needs, and I hate to be Debbie Downer with a reality check here, but a 1 to 25 ratio, your child is now a number. You're not going to Facebook your child's teacher on Thursday night and say, oh my gosh, Tommy forgot his homework. You're not going to see that teacher at Collins and say, oh, that was such a cool project you guys did. You're going to lose the personal connection that you have to your child's education. You're going to lose communication with a human being who is your child's teacher. And I promise promise that your child is going to suffer from that experience. So as we're having this whole conversation, and the person in the front, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are, that is what makes Vermont schools, and I think specifically Arlington, such a powerful school, is because we know our students, we know their families, and that is going to go away if we start busing our children an hour away. And if I could get a quick show of hands, how many people in here have a 75-minute commute? Okay. So we want to have our kids start to do that, right? Like this is ridiculous. Thank you.
We caught up with Todd Wilkins, a member of the Arlington School Board, to get his reaction after the discussion.
No major surprises. I felt that the community was definitely going to come out and support the school. They always have. It was really good to listen to what the state reps had to say. I've read the bill, so I was aware of what was in it. I think this was also an educational piece for our community, so they can hear some bits and pieces about what's in the bill. I think that helps educate all the taxpayers in Vermont as to what's going on, and encourage them to voice their opinion on whatever it may be, or whatever their opinion may be.
I mean, if the governor's bill is eventually passed more or less as it is now, I mean, do you think it puts Arlington into a difficult position in terms of continuing on as a high school, or?
I do believe it puts Arlington in a difficult position because, we are the smallest high school in that entire district. I think, especially down here, I mean, we're the only small high school in Bennington County, public high school, that is. So I think it does put us in a difficult position. I think there are bits and pieces of that bill that I actually would support, but there's a lot of it that I wouldn't, and one of the biggest things would be the consolidation of districts. And I'm for discussions on classroom sizes, but those have to be vetted out a little bit more than what they currently have, for sure.
The overhaul of the state's education system is likely to dominate conversations at the State House in the second half of this year's session, but where it will all wind up remains to be seen. For the GNAT-TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.